People don't openly hate late bloomers. That would require honesty. What they do instead is forget them. And being forgotten is worse than being criticized. Criticism at least confirms your existence. The late bloomer grows in that absence. Napoleon Hill understood that success doesn't respond to urgency, age, or public pressure. It responds to endurance. And endurance is built only where hope keeps failing and you continue anyway. That's the part nobody wants to hear because it implies responsibility without guarantee. From the outside, the late bloomer looks indecisive, slow, unremarkable. Internally, something else is happening. Every failure strips away a layer of fantasy. Every rejection removes another lie about how the world is supposed to work. Over time, the late bloomer stops expecting fairness. This is not bitterness. This is clarity. Early winners often succeed before reality has time to test them. They mistake momentum for mastery. Hill saw this pattern repeatedly. Fast success feeds the ego before the mind is disciplined. When circumstances shift, confidence evaporates because it was never anchored in self-command. The late bloomer has no such luxury. He loses long enough to develop self-command because nothing external supports him. He has to regulate his emotions in private. No one cares whether he's tired, confused, or discouraged. So he learns to move without emotional permission. Time stretches painfully. Years pass where effort produces nothing visible. This is where most people start drifting. Not failing loudly, just soft quitting. Showing up halfway. Pretending they're still trying. Hill called drifting the most dangerous condition because it feels safe while it erodes character. The late bloomer recognizes this danger because he's already felt the cost of inaction. He doesn't confuse comfort with progress. He works when the work feels pointless. Not out of blind faith, but out of elimination. He has ruled out every other option. Pain becomes repetitive. And repetition changes pain's role. At first it wounds. Then it teaches. Eventually, it informs strategy. The late bloomer stops asking why things aren't working and starts asking what remains consistent across his failures. Patterns emerge. Weaknesses reveal themselves. Strengths sharpen under pressure. Napoleon Hill spoke about definiteness of purpose as a fixed point in the mind. The late bloomer doesn't discover this purpose through inspiration. He discovers it through exhaustion. After trying everything that doesn't work, what remains is what he can endure indefinitely. That becomes his path. Desire evolves. Early on, it's emotional, loud, impatient. Over time, desire becomes colder, more controlled. It stops craving recognition and starts demanding execution. This is where obsession quietly replaces motivation. Obsession doesn't need encouragement. It feeds itself. The late bloomer also learns restraint. Watching others rise and fall teaches him something most never learn. Not every opportunity is an opportunity. Not every win is worth taking. He's seen what happens when people peak before they're stable. He refuses to rush into visibility before he's structurally ready. Faith, in Hill's sense, is not optimism. It's belief reinforced by habit. The late bloomer builds faith mechanically. He shows up, repeats the process, refines the system. No dramatic praxis. Just relentless adjustment. Over time, belief stops feeling emotional and starts feeling factual. Then comes the shift. Not a miracle. Not a turning point anyone would notice. The environment finally matches the preparation. Decisions start compounding instead of canceling out. The late bloomer moves deliberately, almost cautiously, because he remembers how easy it is to lose years. To outsiders, it looks like sudden success. To him, it feels like delayed alignment. He doesn't celebrate loudly because celebration implies surprise. He expected this outcome. He just knew it would take longer than most people were willing to tolerate. When success arrives late, it doesn't inflate the ego. It stabilizes the system. The late bloomer doesn't fear loss the same way early winners do. He already lived without results, without attention, without reassurance. Success becomes a tool, not an identity. Here's the final truth. Late bloomers don't peak early because they're still building when others are declining. Early success often burns fuel too fast. Late success compounds quietly. It's rooted in skill, discipline, persistence, and clarity. Napoleon Hill believed success is not an event. It's a system sustained by mindset and action. Late bloomers don't chase success. They become the kind of person success sticks to. So if you feel behind, misunderstood, or late to the game, understand this. You're not late. You're loading. And when it clicks, it won't be fragile. It won't be borrowed. It won't be temporary. It will be earned. And that's why late bloomers win in the end.